Ghost.
So there's this man, he has a time machine.
Hello and welcome to Query the Theory, the show where we pick apart prominent pop culture ideas and hypotheses to deliver you a definitive decision on the possible, improbable, feasible, and far-fetched. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Caught in our speculative sights today, the TARDIS tripping notion that Mary Poppins is a Time Lord.
Perhaps it's a witch. Of course not. Witches have brooms.
We've lined up 5 important aspects of this fan theory to debate its pros and cons and to make some sense of its implications. Every aspect will be awarded a maximum of 3 up or down votes on our scale of plausibility until a final score is achieved and the theory's credibility is calculated. So let's do as the Doctor does and get right to it. Allons-y.
Item 1, a cheery disposition. I am never cross. Item 2, rosy cheeks. Obviously.
Number 5, appearances. First impressions aren't always everything, but they could be crucial here.
It's her. It's the person. She's answered our advertisement. Rosy cheeks and everything.
If Time Lords have a dress code or any sort of fashion sense, then Mary's clearly on board with it. Arriving with a long scarf and sweeping trench coat, she looks like 4 and 12 combined. Any change in costumes varies a distinctly doctorish tone, and even Emily Blunt's version still has a soft spot for bow ties too.
In a most delightful way.
In her massively popular musical, the nanny prefers shoes of the sensible kind, the Doctor kicks about in ultra-comfy Converse, Mary's hat is Matt Smith's fez, the floral flourishes are a stick of celery.
I eat the celery. If nothing else, I'm sure it's good for my teeth.
Sharing a style that's just slightly unconventional, they're peas from the same proverbial pod, tapped into the same or similar fads, fashion and trends. Judging books by their covers is never advisable, but the crossovers are clear to see. It's up votes all the way here. Number 4, abilities and accessories. On the surface, Mary Poppins packs plenty of TARDIS-type tech.
I always say the place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
Her handbag's bigger on the inside, artworks are easy to enter into, and she wields an all-purpose umbrella that could be compared to the sonic screwdriver. Then there's the whole she can talk to animals thing, which is a definite clincher for fans who believe she's got a Gallifreyan backstory, even if the internet's fascination with this line,
I speak horse, he's called Susan, and he wants you to respect his life choices,
is mostly unfounded. The characters also share a tendency to just turn up whenever and wherever they're needed, although we're usually given some inclination as to why the Doctor's destination is what it is. Not that Time Lord explanations always make massive amounts of sense.
Reversing the polarity of the neutron flow. But that means something, it sounds great.
But has there ever been a better example of technobabble than this? The silly sounding languages are too great a link to overlook. More upvotes, please. Number 3, shared universe. With all of time and space to work in and infinite possibilities to contend with, it's not exactly surprising that the Doctor and the nanny have never actually crossed paths.
I have seen things you wouldn't believe. I have lost things you will never understand.
But it is a little weird that they've never even heard of each other. Even in the Doctor's timey-wimey world, a London-based magically imbued serial do-gooder who floats in via a wayward gust of wind isn't likely to have skipped his attention. And Mary's story unfolds in a significant era of Edwardian England, alongside the lives and careers of figures like Rudyard Kipling and Arthur Conan Doyle, and amidst the suffragette movement. So there's really no reason why the history-hoarding Doctor would stay away.
Mrs. Whitburn Allen chained herself to the wheel of the Prime Minister's carriage. You should have been there.
Maybe the Doctor doesn't go there because Poppins already has it covered, but then why the long history of thinking he's the last of his kind?
I'm the last of the Time Lords. They're all gone. I'm the only survivor.
Parallel universes might be at play here, but it's hard to believe that both would be none the wiser. Points lost on this occasion. Number 2, other characters. Of course, if Mary Poppins is a Time Lord, she's not necessarily the Time Lord.
Is that so?
We'll have to see about that then, won't we?
Fans have been quick to draw comparisons between Mary and Missy, not least because they really do dress identically, and there's some speculation that Poppins is actually the Doctor's daughter, featuring somewhere on Jenny's unknown and yet untapped timeline.
And an awful lot of running to do.
Or could Mary even be Clara, who faced the Raven but vowed to take her time en route to her own death? Stranger things have probably happened, but that last one seems a stretch too far.
Seeing as I'm not actually aging, there's still a tiny little bit of wiggle room, isn't there?
Wiggle room.
The Mary Missy theory might be something we can get behind though, even if it does smell strongly of the writers on a wind-up. Take a spoonful of sugar and it doesn't seem so tenuous. Plus points again.
For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Number 1, alien interference. Here's where Mary might be lacking. The Doctor's an alien creature who deals in alien tech to best battle a barrage of typically alien enemies. Poppins is pretty obviously magical, but she's otherwise lacking in serious sci-fi substance. Showing up at the Banks' residence to reinstall some family values by way of cheeky chappy chimney sweep and some animated penguins, if she is a Time Lord, then she supposedly survived the Time War too. But a Disney-fied Dalek is just too difficult to picture. As much as we'd like to see Davros realizing the error of his ways just in time to fly a kite through the streets of London, it's probably not gonna happen.
I thought I would have to tear you apart to take it from you, but as always, your compassion is your downfall.
The not-so-common enemies cause a few too many problems here. Exterminate at will. So there you have it. Tipping the scale just slightly towards what's probable or possible, it's a tiny bit plausible that Mary Poppins is in fact a Time Lord.
Oh, highly unlikely.
The striking similarities between the characters are just too many to ignore, even if neither has actually acknowledged them yet.
We better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky. She's wonderful.
So which theory should we query next? Let us know in the comments and hit subscribe for more film, TV and pop culture questions put to the test.
You win.
I know.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo UK and subscribe for more great content.